Hello everyone, this is Joe from Electrofastus. Today I'm going to be showing you some of the features of one of our newest boxes, the EF109 drone thing. So the first thing I guess to talk about is the just the design of it. It's a little different than some of our other boxes in that there's actually no, other than our logo and the name of the box, there's really no labels on it. We didn't do that purposely to confuse you. It was really kind of I guess kind of an outgrowth of the artwork that Eric did for it, which I think is really, really awesome. It's kind of got like a weird sort of Middle Eastern vibe to it. And when I saw it, I just figured it was really, it'd be really a shame to kind of cover up the artwork with labels and stuff. So we kind of just decided to keep it almost like spiritual, where I guess the player just kind of intuitively would kind of eventually know what each thing did, and that's kind of the way it would work. Not that you would be forced to look at something that said oscillator 1 or volume and stuff like that. We wanted to keep it as kind of pure as possible, so that's kind of the reasoning behind that. Other than that, it's a pretty simple and straightforward device. It's basically 6 oscillators in one. Each oscillator is separately controlled. It's polyphonic, so they all play individually. Basically, the bottom row here, this bottom row of switches, each one simply just turns on or off the individual oscillator. So you can have one on, you can have two on, you can have them all on. The knobs above each switch simply just control the frequency, the pitch of each oscillator. They're more or less all tuned to the same range, except for the first one here. This one is kind of the LFO of the bunch. It's tuned a little bit lower, and what the purpose behind that was really to when this is on, it can really be used almost to create like a rhythmic pattern over the other oscillators. And once I turn it on, you'll be able to hear that. But so they're all the same except for this one. This is sort of the LFO. Next to that, you basically have the power and volume. The volume, it's kind of interesting a little bit. Again, you'll hear this, once I turn it on. It's you get some different sort of characteristics, I think, of the oscillator as you turn it up. It's not a purely straight digital kind of a thing where the volume goes up very evenly. It actually, as you turn the volume up and you have it close to full blast, you'll hear some subtle differences in the just in the overall color, I think, of the oscillation and how the LFO works as well. On this side, on top here is simply the tone, turned all the way down. You kind of have a sort of a high pass filter where all the highs are taken off, and it's kind of bassy, and as you go forward, it opens it up, to where you're getting basically the full signal. And lastly, below that, this knob is a power starve knob, and basically what this does is just sort of cuts the voltage that's going to the oscillator. It's something that kind of creates some weird non-musical overtones that I guess in some pedals would sound bad, but if you know us, I mean, we kind of like those weird things. So I think you'll hear it adds some interesting possibilities to the sound. Up on the top here, simply just have the power. It's a regular Boss style adapter, and the output jack. And we also have a power LED over here. So let's turn this thing on, and I'll show you what it can do. I'm just going to kind of keep everything in the middle here. I'm going to keep the tone sort of in the middle. I'm going to keep the battery full on. I'm going to keep the volume sort of in the middle. And I'm going to turn the first oscillator on. So at first you'll just hear some clicking, and I'll turn the second one on. Turn the third one. You can kind of hear how the LFO is interacting with the oscillators there. If I turn it off and then I turn it back on, and turn the fourth one on. Fifth one. And the last one, the sixth one. So you kind of hear how they all interact. You can, with them all on, I think you can get a really, kind of rich kind of sound. They all kind of somewhat, because they're in series, they to some degree they bleed into each other, and again add some extra overtones to it. But let's try it with the volume turned up a little bit more, so you can hear what I'm talking about with how it sort of adds more sort of more dirtiness to the oscillator. So now I'm just going to have a delay over here. I'm just going to put a little delay on it. You can hear that. that's it. I hope you enjoy this. Hope you found it somewhat instructional, and definitely check us out on electrofaustus.com. This will be available probably in the coming weeks, probably by late January, once we come back from the 2015 NAMM show. So look forward to getting this to you guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.